How's it going, boys? My name is Schlatt, and welcome back to the Weekly Slap on a brand spanking new microphone that is from 2009. It's late as I'm recording this, as it usually is for these kinds of videos. And, when everyone's asleep and the timelines are dead, I like to just let my mind wander a little bit. And recently I've been thinking a lot about the good old days, like where I was before all this YouTube stuff happened. And a lot of that started in college. I remember when I started this channel in particular, I used to write my ideas down in Google Docs and make like bullet points for what I wanted to say while I was in class. I was bored. This was like computer science 101. I'd already taught myself the entire course I was taking, and I was generally just pretty unenthused about where I was headed and where I thought I was going to end up. Because I wanted to be a YouTuber. Ever since elementary school, I did. I could see myself working a 9 to 5 at a tech company, writing code and job hopping every few years like that Frank New guy says on TikTok, trying to climb the corporate totem pole. But my favorite people in the world were the ones I grew up watching every day on YouTube, the ones whose videos I couldn't wait to watch once I got home. They weren't programmers. And deep down, I think I knew that was what I really wanted to be. It's crazy thinking about how long ago that was, how fast everything goes, man, how quickly everything changes. I mean, this channel started almost 5 years ago. I dropped out to do this full time in 2019, man. I mean, I've exceeded my wildest expectations for how many subscribers I wanted, how many views I thought I'd get, even how long I thought I'd be doing this for, to be honest. I mean, I've been doing this for so long that the people who grew up watching me have grown up, gotten famous, and made their own fucking versions of the Weekly Slap. And I still feel like I'm pretty young. I'm 23, dude. And right now, seeing fucking Tommy Innit start his own Weekly Slap channel called Tom, and it's just him playing Minecraft and talking in the same fucking serious way that this is. I mean, I started thinking about this idea of a legacy. It's a lot, man. I mean, when you think of a legacy, you think of something people will remember you for the rest of time. Like, what is your mark that you leave on the world? Speaking of Mark, when you think of Markiplier's legacy, is it going to be that fucking video where he ranks how bad he wants to fuck all the Pokemon? I don't know. Is it going to be the Bite of 87? Because that's what I know him for. That's my Marky Moo. But for someone who's a Markiplier fan, though, through and through, watches all his videos, buys the merch, watched every day of Unus Honest, I mean, it's probably a lot different. To them, that's a dude whose videos are going to leave a permanent mark on them. That's someone who was there for them during the worst parts of their life and the best. Maybe he inspired them to try something new, or face a fear, or help them find a new hobby or a new favorite game. Or hell, even help them find an entirely new group of people who they really connected with. When I think of people whose legacies have made a profound impact on my life, a couple of people come to mind. And a few weeks ago, I met one of them at a CarMax. On a normal day, just trying to get a quote for my fucking car. That's how I met CNNers. I don't know if you know this. This entire channel is pretty much directly inspired by him and Woody's Gamertag. I mean, half my sense of humor was forged just by watching his videos every day. And this dude walks up to me for the first time. I've never met him before. He walks up to me and he said, "Hey," and I said, "Hey." And I pretended like I was not currently experiencing one of the coolest fucking moments of my life. And then the CarMax guy walked up and interrupted our conversation with the biggest lowball in human history. And I get it now. I get it when people come up to me and they ask for a picture and they're a little nervous, like a little shaky. You tell when they try and unlock their phone. I fucking get it now, man. 'Cause holy shit, that was a moment I will never forget. And a week later, I'm out to lunch with them. It's crazy how this shit works. And he asked me, "Why did you really want to be a YouTuber?" And I had to think. Honestly, I'm still thinking about that. I mean, in my head, I never really had to quantify it. I just wanted to be one. mean, it's all I've ever wanted. I passed up on a social life and relationships just to make that shit a reality. And not once did I ever really stop myself and ask how come. It was cool, I guess. I mean, I don't fucking know. I like the idea of making videos or of having an audience, of if I can make a lot of money. I don't know. And after thinking about it, I really just think that deep down, I wanted to have the same effect on people that my idols, my inspirations, my heroes had on me. The same effect that the dude just casually sitting across from me munching on some fucking chicken had on me. I don't think it was possible for me to realize that while I was growing up. I mean, I wasn't there yet. But when I think about my favorite videos on this site, whether that's Freddie W's old action videos, Mail Monday, Respawn Inbox, the fucking Yogscast Tech It series, Video Game High School, and I mean, most importantly, CNanners' own Call of Duty commentaries, I realize how much of a fucking impact they all had at shaping my sense of humor, personality, and values. So then, what is a legacy? What is my legacy? That's a lot of weight to put on yourself when you have millions of people watching. When I used to think about the idea of a legacy, I considered the Weekly Slap to be the only real thing of mine that had any importance. Because in many ways, this was a way to shape my own legacy. I wanted to create a spiritual successor to the content I loved and grew up on back in the day, and kind of give that to the newer generation of viewers who never would have been able to experience it otherwise. From the get-go, this channel was trying to craft a legacy. But I don't know if that's how legacies work. I don't know if you can control them. It's like they always say. I mean, you make 100 weekly slaps and you suck one cock and you die a cocksucker. There'll be plenty of people who remember me for the slap. And then there'll be probably more people who remember me for the fucking TikTok reactions or the commentaries or the Jackbox videos, the Wii games, the dating shows, the Minecraft highlights, the live streams, the video essays, the fucking montage parodies. The list goes on. And while I was at lunch, I talked to CNanners about how I often struggle to make these videos. Especially the ones on the slap. And how whenever I start to record them, kind of just feels like I don't have anything useful to say. Half the recordings on this PC, they just kind of end abruptly with a long sigh and silence, and I just wind up having to try again from the top tomorrow. And it frustrates me, man. It frustrates me to no end when I feel like I'm not doing something I perceive as meaningful. I mean, despite what anyone else may think about it. And I think that's why this channel especially tends to just go so long without uploads. I want to be here. Sometimes it just feels like I have impossibly large shoes to fill. I told that to CNanners, granted in a more emotionally reserved way. And he kind of chuckled a little bit. He sat back, which despite this only being the second time I'd ever met the dude, I had heard that laugh 1,000 fucking times over the years. And after pouring my heart out about not feeling good enough, feeling like I'm directionless, have no idea what I'm doing, will never live up to the good old days of Call of Duty commentary, the dude just goes, I had no idea what I was doing either. So hey, I mean, maybe I'm on the right track after all. And maybe you are too. As always, boys, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon.